What's with the exact
Okay, she
number?
might be a serial killer.
No.
What the
She's not.
127?
She
What
might-
the heck?
It's all relative.
Well, why would you come up with a number like that? That's so weird.
127. It's probably she's basing it off of what she's making, and then she probably like doubled it in her head.
To come up with 127?
It's a random number.
Watch out for this chick, fellas.
Oh
No,
my god!
Watch out. Wait, she said she's 24,
Mhm.
and like the max range she'll go is 37.
Yeah.
That's a
I think
long.
that's ideal.
13
like
years?
A 10-year gap. I think she'd be willing to work, or she'd just go find her somebody else that can,
Somebody else that can what? Oh, so you think she'll just leave her husband?
and just provide somewhere else.
Oh my god. What a trashy ass take. What's wrong with you? Okay, so we're gonna be watching Asking Women About Male Income. What is enough? 650K. God damn. Let's see.
So my expectations are not realistic.
I don't want a Hugh Hefner. Trust me. I'd rather just be single. Thank you, though.
Well, somebody's gonna have a sugar mama.
If your wife can spend more than you make, like you need to make more money. So I was just having this conversation with my friend, and she was like, "You have to manifest a husband, girl."
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan, and today we have a group of girls back with us. If you've never seen any of these girl videos that I've done in the past, what I do is bring on other women to get other women's perspectives. If you guys are a subscriber to my channel, you probably know where I stand on a lot of these topics. I have 400 videos covering my thoughts and opinions, but I think it's really enlightening and interesting to get the opinion of other women who maybe don't have a platform, or who, maybe don't talk about these topics or even think about these topics. The point here is to get an honest opinion and reaction from these women, whether it be good or bad, honest nonetheless. In this video specifically, I'm going to be asking the women about salary preferences and average male income. I've got some statistics for them, and we're going to get through this together. So let's get started. What is the ideal age for a guy that you are looking to be with?
So I just turned 27, so like 3 years old. That so I would say between like 31, maybe 32, just depending on like when their birthday is.
So I'm 27, and I would say I would want them to be older. So like my range.
What was the question? Ideal partner age?
Yeah.
I guess that's the title there. Okay.
That I look for is 28 to 35.
I think anyone within 3 to 5 years, either way, but probably older.
That's so funny.
She looks so like skater chick, or I don't know.
Definitely
Yeah.
skater chick, but she's probably one of those girls that will tell you like it is.
Like, what do you mean?
Probably speaks the truth, has no qualms about like being judged, or I don't know. Who knows?
Did she say how old she was?
No.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure yet either. Let's see.
Older. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe 33,
Potentially.
if you had to choose.
There's a lot of mature, and this is just recently, there's a lot of mature people at the end of their 20s who I think I have good chemistry with, so I wouldn't like. And then there's people in their 30s, even in their early 30s, who act like they're so like they got a bum knee and stuff, and I'm like, okay, but like I don't feel broken yet. You can't go for a run with me. Just like go down a weight at the gym. I don't get it. So I don't know. It's hard. It's hard.
Okay, do we want to go somewhere in the middle, maybe 30?
Yeah.
Okay, 30, we'll
Yeah.
just go with your age.
I really like 28 to 36 max, or like 37 max. Like not in the 40s, like still in the 30s, because I feel like they've matured. They kind of have gotten settled in their careers. They know what they want. They're not really looking. There's less of a chance that you'll find somebody who like is just looking to play games.
Okay, and how old are you?
I'm gonna be 24 in November.
Okay,
So
you're
I'm
basically
pretty
20.
young.
By the time this video comes out, you'll be 20.
So she said that. Wait, she said she's 24,
Mhm.
and like the max range she'll go is 37.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, that's a
I think
long.
that's ideal.
13
like
years?
A 10-year gap, give or take a few years.
No, that's a lot. 13 years?
Yeah, I mean,
If it was the
If she
other way
was-
around, you'd be calling that dude a creep. 13 years? I think you would. Wouldn't you? No?
I think it just like depends at the type of, at the like time, at the like actual age group.
What do you mean?
So if he's 50 and he's going for a 40-year-old, I don't find anything wrong with it.
Uh-huh.
If he's 30 and going for a 15-year-old,
Well, of course, that's against the law. Okay, you can't do that.
that doesn't mean people don't do it.
Gross. All right, let's
Okay,
stop
you-
talking about that. Jesus.
24.
Okay.
So if we have to pick one age, you said between 28 and 36. What did we say, like 32?
Yeah, I would say 30. No, probably like 30 is perfect to meet them, and then we can get married when they're like 32.
I feel like the bracket that I'm normally looking at, or the roster, I guess, I don't know, between like 29 and like, I don't know, 37, 38, I guess, because I just feel like all guys that are honestly between 24 to 28, they don't really want anything serious at all.
I would say 27,
Okay. And how old are you?
23.
I would have to say the person that I would marry right now would probably have to be between 32 and maybe 43.
Okay.
Between like 30 and 40s. Yeah, I'm 28. So I feel like the person I'm with needs to be a lot more mature than me.
Okay. So do we want to go like 37? Just to
Yeah,
go
I would
somewhere in the middle?
definitely be with a 37-year-old.
Okay.
I
So
don't.
we'll take that as the number.
Okay.
I don't think this is like earth-shattering
No.
or anything. That's like
No.
pretty.
Pretty basic.
Yeah,
Also, like
standard.
when you're in your early 20s, I mean, at least I can only speak for myself. If I can recall clearly being in my early 20s, I don't think I would ever want to see myself with anyone over 30. But then, like when you're approaching your late 20s, then you've come to realize most men will probably have a better and different understanding in their 30s, and so that
You mean like more
becomes-
mature?
Yeah,
So
and not just like finances, and they might be a little bit more settled in their career, whereas like in your 20s you're still figuring it out, sort of thing.
who are the guys?
Guys and women, I
Yeah.
think we're all figuring it out. I do like this chick right here where she's like giving it like a, how old does she say? She's still in her 20s,
I can't remember. I
and
think they're all
she's
pretty
like,
young.
yeah, and she's entertaining the idea of maybe somebody in his 40s, because she just may acknowledge and already understand that she may be at like a maturity level where she wouldn't want somebody like far more
Mhm.
mature.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm curious what like. I mean, we're asking women here, so I'm curious, like, if you were to ask older men.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious what it would be like if it was.
Oh, if
reversed.
you flipped it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thinking of your future, what % of the family income do you personally want to contribute? Like, do you want to be the breadwinner? Do you want to contribute 50-50? Do you want to be a stay-at-home wife or mom?
I would be comfortable contributing 50-50,
Okay.
but I would prefer that it be more so like 40-50.
Okay.
Like me
40-60?
contributing-
Like you
Yeah.
the 40, them the 60?
Yes.
I'd be okay with. I never thought of this. I don't know. These weren't the things that I fixated on the most when I envisioned my partner. But if I had to throw it out there, like maybe half or a little under half, I'm probably
We'll go 50-50 top.
yeah.
Okay.
Here's the deal with SEO on Wix.
Ooh. So I personally, I would not mind contributing like majority, but I would say no more than 70% of household income.
So I really want to be a stay-at-home mom. So like
if that doesn't work out with the person I'm with, then it doesn't work out. But that is like how I picture myself as a mom and a wife. So I guess I wouldn't be contributing financially.
I don't want any of my income to be needed in the family. I want the man to be 100% the supporter, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to work and I'm not going to have my own business or whatever.
But you would want the family to be able to live solely off of your
yes,
husband's income.
100% solely off of my husband. I don't want me to have to use my income at all, but that's not because I'm not going to be working or I'm not going to have my own stuff going on. It's just because I want the freedom to be able to take care of my kids for the first 7 years of their life. I want to be a stay-at-home mom and be with them basically 24/7. I think that's important in the family structure, so that's pretty much the only reason why.
Okay, so you would choose stay-at-home mom. So 0%, we'll say.
Yes.
Okay.
I think 50-50 is definitely.
Okay, that's.
Mhm.
I guess that clarifies something because she said she didn't want any of her.
Yeah,
She
but it
didn't want to
was her-
contribute.
right. So her answers were a little bit different. So first she said that she'll be, not to say that she wouldn't be making her own money and her own income. And
It was
have her
almost she
own
was
thing.
implying she would be making her own money.
Right. But then I think at the end of it, probably realized I need to be a stay-at-home mom. And that's probably more what I'm gearing for the next 5 to 7 years of my child's life.
Yeah.
Which I'm all about that life too.
Sure. I mean, that makes sense.
But
I
yeah.
thought what she was implying is I'm going to make my own money,
Mm-hmm.
but I still even when I do make my own money, I don't want any of that contributing to the household expenses.
Yeah, which I found
Which-
interesting. So
what?
No, but again, to know what your goals are so early on,
What, these girls?
yeah, in your life, and just not, and also not afraid to say it is a thing.
What do you mean? Before it was people were afraid to say it?
No,
I don't remember people being afraid to say it. What are you
no,
talking
I
about?
mean, no, I don't think it's a thing. I just think that people probably, I would be afraid to be judged if I said, oh, I don't.
You'd be afraid to be judged to be say you want to be a stay-at-home mom.
Right.
Be afraid to be
Right.
judged by
Because
who?
I think there's a stigma to it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
Mhm.
would agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that that's more frowned upon?
But I don't think that's the world we live in anymore.
Oh, you mean it's more accepted?
Yeah.
Who was do you think men made it look worse, or it was frowned upon by women?
No, so it was just, I think obviously what we did, and then we got into this era where women were doing it all, having children.
No, I mean, who
working,
frowned
doing-
upon the stay-at-home mom? You said it was frowned upon. You wouldn't want to say.
I don't
it
think
out
it's
loud.
frowned upon. I just.
But you
think
said
that,
you were. You said that you wouldn't want to
I
say it
just-
out loud.
Right. I just think there's a slight stigma to it. If I'm going to say I'd be afraid, hey, I know what I want and I want to be a stay-at-home mom.
Mm-hmm. No,
I-
I agree with you. I agree with you.
I think
Sure.
people might judge.
Yeah.
There's this expectation that because we've pushed and we're pushing and we're pushing for equality, that it's getting misrepresented, that we I feel that is now, I don't even know how to say it, by saying hey, we want equality, I think so getting misinterpreted as, oh, okay, so then you want to be able to do it all, and you want to cook and you want to clean and you want to work and you want to raise children and do it all. But that's not what we're saying. I mean, that's not even equality. What we want though is, I don't know, I think there's a big part where, yeah, I'd like to stay at home, solely raise our children, take care of them, and be with somebody that has enough income that we're comfortable and we're able to do that.
Yeah. There's an argument on the other side. Are you okay? Okay, so that's fine to ask for or to want or to be a goal. I think that's ideal. Once you start having kids, you realize how important that is.
Mm-hmm.
But there's an argument for the other side of, are you okay as a woman with you being the breadwinner, you're the one that makes the money, and the husband be the stay-at-home.
Yeah, I mean,
parent?
I think it's all what you want in your life. And yeah, if you say, I love this person, I'm the breadwinner, that's just the way it is. And I'm also like raising the children, or he's at home and he support, like, I'd be all okay for it.
Sure. I think there's some women that are not okay with that, though.
Okay.
Do you agree?
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
I think there's plenty of men that are probably not okay with their spouses staying at home raising children.
Damn, I'm tired. I keep on yawning.
You want some coffee?
No. Fine. Oops. Where were we?
Skipped over.
I think we're there.
50 is definitely acceptable, and that's what I'd enjoy. I wouldn't
50-50.
enjoy feeling like someone has to take care of me. I don't like relying on people or men or really anyone for money. I think that's totally just unacceptable. That's just how I was raised.
If I'm painting a picture, if it's my ideal life, I would love to just be a stay-at-home wife with some hobbies and, raising a family, because that's just the way I grew up. I had a stay-at-home mom, and it was just a really good environment to have.
Okay, so ideally that's what you would want.
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I want to talk about your ideal lifestyle.
Okay.
So thinking about a house, how many bedrooms, how many square feet, what are we thinking?
I mean, I don't need anything, crazy spacious, but I definitely do want a big enough home where everybody can have their own, individual selves and space to feel comfortable. So just depending on lifestyle and family, at least 3 to 4 bedrooms for sure, 2 full baths, because God forbid there's more than one girl in the house. That'll be drama. And definitely like a big backyard. So at least 5 acres, to run is what I aspire to have. And then square footage on a house, I really don't even know how to like scale something like that. I don't like 4,000 to 5,000 square feet, maybe.
Okay. What you described sounds
Like
Hold on. So she said 5 acres, 4,000 to 5,000 square feet.
Sure.
Dang.
She's like, modest. It's all relative, right? I mean, if she grew up or if her parents, like, whatever, like, if she's used to like a 10,000 square foot home
Yeah, she's like
and
comes
sitting
from-
on like
comes from well.
plenty of acreage, then you're just like,
I mean, she doesn't
something a little
know.
modest, maybe like a little cottage. 4,000 to 5,000 square feet.
But she said she really didn't know how to like judge square
Right,
feet,
right. So you can't blame her for it.
But imagine like
So
she figured it out, and then she realized
She's
how
like,
much 4,000 to
Jesus.
5,000 square feet. And she's like, yeah, actually, that was right.
that was right.
Fuck. She must live in a huge home right now.
if I need to go bigger, obviously, we'll go bigger. That's no problem. But just a nice, comfortable size home.
Okay, and then how many kids do you want?
2 to 3. If
Okay.
2 boys and a girl would be ideal.
Okay, and what about a car? I know you like cars.
Yeah, if it could be anything, if it's my dream, it'd probably be a Pagani BC, which is like a hypercar, but
I don't even know what that is.
oh my gosh, they're so sexy. So that would be,
How much is that car?
I don't even know, probably at least like 1.5 mil for sure.
my
At
God.
least. I don't
Okay,
even
so what
know.
about not the dream car, but
Something more realistic that
yeah.
I would get?
This girl's crazy.
She's not crazy. Let's not label her crazy.
Okay, she's not crazy, but like,
She's got standards, bro.
yeah, she does. Damn, girl, you better be bringing a lot to the table.
I'm sorry, hold on. Here we go.
She's asked
What do you
what she's
mean
looking
you better
for?
bring a lot to the
I
table.
don't know what she's looking for. She's looking for a multimillionaire.
I mean,
To be able to provide this kind of lifestyle?
$1.5 million car is not like that big a deal.
What the 5 acres of land,
Sure.
5,000 square foot house.
Okay, so we're looking
And
at
they
a
want
home,
kids? I'm sure
Depending
she
on
wanted
the
kids.
state, we're looking at a home of like 10, 15 million. So yeah, we're looking for a millionaire.
I mean, dang.
Good for her. If that's what she wants and that's what she's looking for, say
I
it
mean,
loud,
all
say
right,
it proud.
I guess.
Okay.
You better be able to
You better be what?
Providing some kind of value for that. I don't know. Wow. Jesus. She obviously has no clue how hard it is or what it's going to take to be able to
Yeah,
like.
but isn't she also on the like 50-50 contribution?
No, she said she wanted to be a stay-at-home mom.
Oh, well, she's contributing. I mean, that's a huge job, staying at home with children. It's a job.
That's true.
It's a job. And then you're
Yeah,
saving
but
hundreds of thousands of dollars
hold on. Is
on
she
allowing
gonna
strangers to raise your children.
That's what I'm saying. Is she gonna be staying at home with like 3 to 4 nannies?
Oh no, I
helping
mean, if
her
she's gonna
raise
have
her
a
kids?
house, if she's gonna have a staff.
Yeah, she's gonna have a staff. So really,
How do you know? Because she wants a $1 million
like,
car.
dude. She's not waking up at 1 and 2 in the morning to burp the baby or to.
Oh,
feed the
so
baby.
you're saying like, oh my god, my hair, it's like sticking up right there. Can you fix that for me? Where is that?
God,
That's annoying. But wait. Yeah, see it? Where is that? Oh, there it is.
But wait, what?
Now. Let's not negate her possible potential for being like the best mom just because she has staff or like a night nurse or a day nurse or anything like that. That doesn't pull away from the aspect of you being a good mother. Hell, I mean, if we could have done it that way, okay?
All right.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know her, but
Well,
damn,
you
she
are
seems
judgy McJudgy.
But that seems a little crazy.
She
I mean,
does.
okay, hold on. Let me not use the word crazy. She's asking for a lot, and I don't think she even realizes how much she's asking for.
Okay, so her
That's
standards are high.
It says that that's extremely high.
I
I
don't think
guess
you and
isn't-
I are going to agree on this.
Well, it's okay.
Carry on.
Just to give us a ballpark, like a kind of
yeah.
a range.
Maybe like some sort of like F12 Ferrari, like an A12 super fast would be super cool, or maybe like a 458.
Okay. How much are those?
Would
Like
be
80?
ideal. No, those are probably depending like 300,000 to
Oh.
525K, just
All right.
depending on what you go with, and
She's a car girl.
love them.
All right. And then what about vacation? How important is travel to you? Like
Ooh.
international? What are we thinking?
So I've not done any crazy international travels personally, but I'm always open to exploring. And I love the oceans. So like French Polynesian Islands would be super cool to vacay for a little while, or I don't even know, Australia, something
So it's
like
something
that.
you'd like to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It's not a huge priority for me, but it's definitely something that is on the list.
The car is more important than the vacation.
Yeah.
So if I was a stay-at-home mom, it would be because we're financially okay without me working. And like if we were in a position where that wasn't the case, then I would 100% work and like be fine with that.
Mhm.
I don't think the woman that was
The previous
the previous one would be down like that.
You don't know.
I just have
First
my
of all,
gut feeling.
She's a beautiful, beautiful young girl. She's articulate, well spoken. She knows what she wants in life. If she's going to be with somebody, she's probably enhancing the picture. So yeah, I mean,
What do you mean enhancing the picture?
You want to talk about like bringing things to the table?
What are we talking? What do you mean enhancing the picture? Like you mean just like because of her looks? Is that what you mean?
You have to admit it's not something you have to admit. It's just natural. And I think science that we gravitate towards people that we find attractive and that are attractive. So that first basis.
That's not what I'm getting at. Okay, do you think that girl before, if husband starts, for whatever reason, starts making less money, in order to keep up the lifestyle that she wants,
oh, do you think
her $1 million
up?
car, she'd step up and
Who knows?
start working? Well, I'm just saying.
How can you judge that off of what she's saying?
Well, for the interest of the video, what do you think? What's your gut feeling? I think no. Could be wrong.
I think she'd be willing to work, or she'd just go find her somebody else that can.
Somebody else that can what? Oh, so you think she'll just leave her husband
and just provide somewhere else?
Oh my God, a trashy ass take. What's wrong with you?
but I want to have like 3 kids, so you'd have to have a bigger house for that. So I don't even know because I've never owned a home. Maybe like, I don't know what's normal. Like, is 3,000 square feet normal? That might be big.
Yeah, would you say like 4 bedrooms? Like
Yeah.
a 4-bedroom home, something like that?
Yeah.
Okay, and then what about like cars? Would you want to drive a luxury car? Or do you not really care about that?
I don't care about cars. I know a lot of people do. Like, I drive a Mazda and I'm like perfectly happy with it. So that's not a big thing to me.
Okay, and then what about vacations? Would you want to travel internationally, things like that?
Yes, I love traveling. Like, I think experiences are like the most like invaluable thing in life. So I would love to be able to travel domestically and internationally.
How many square feet would your house be?
Oh, minimum 23.
Okay.
2,300
All
square
right,
feet.
she
Yeah.
knows. And how many kids?
So that kind of depends on the person. I would be okay with none. And also, like, it just depends on their values. I would say, ideally, though, my max would be 4.
Okay. What about a car?
I want a car where it's nice and it stays nice. I know
She
ideally
went from
that's
0 to
not
4.
going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like, personally for me, an SUV, Cadillac Escalade, you know, the OG like mom car of like, well, back in the day, I would say.
Okay. And then what about vacations? Do you want to travel internationally? Is travel important to you?
Yes. Travel internationally. I would love to go to Maldives. More tropical environments.
Okay, describe your ideal lifestyle. So house. What's your house? How many square feet?
Shoot, like I never even thought of this.
Okay, what about how many kids do you want?
I thought in terms of like family, this guy's got to be funny. We need to have inside jokes. Like, kids probably if we're financially able to, like maybe 3 kids.
Okay, 3 kids. So maybe like 4-bedroom house.
Sure.
Pause.
Okay, and what about car? Do you care about a car?
I already like this girl right off the bat. Okay.
Yeah, she seems fun. She seems
Fun
like
and
down
just
there.
cool as shit.
Yeah, just-
But like also she was, I mean, of the 3 or 4 that we've seen so far, she to me has started off answering the question accurately to me. There's no right or wrong. It's just she said if we can financially do it.
Mhm.
And to me that's like realistic.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to just keep bringing children to the world and you can't support them and take good care of them and all that good stuff. And I like that. And she said 3. But I'm going from 0
Yeah,
to 4.
she has no clue.
I wish she's like, but you know, it also takes a lot of courage to say, I don't want any children and I'm okay with that. But in the
What do you
name of-
mean it takes a lot of courage? It doesn't take any courage. What's the worst that's going to happen?
Because also then you're going to get judged for that too. I don't think you
my
understand the
God.
labels that women get.
By who? By other women?
Other women, parents,
There ain't
other moms,
Well,
other
that's a woman problem. You guys need to fix that.
men.
Men aren't going to judge you like that. Like it.
No,
Maybe. No, I don't.
I think it's a little unrelatable for you because you don't think that way.
I guess. Maybe. I never really talked to other men about, hey, dude, you judge a woman any differently? She says she doesn't
Yeah.
want to have any kids. I mean, I guess
There's
you would.
also a stigma.
Okay,
with that.
that's-
like, oh
okay.
my god, I'm
Somebody
gonna be
says,
seen
I
as,
don't
like
want ki-
selfish or
What?
yes.
Okay, I don't want to have kids. Okay, cool.
That's
I
the
do.
label out there.
I do.
Okay,
This ain't gonna work.
all right, and vice versa.
But I don't know. I don't know if it takes courage. Maybe
and
it
vice
does.
versa. I think it's more accepted for men to say that they don't want children.
Yeah, you might be right.
I know I'm right.
You ready?
Yeah.
I like my Jeep.
Okay. What about vacations? Do you want to travel internationally? Is that important to you?
I feel like vacations is where I kind of would like to be financially stable enough to do fun things like that. And yeah.
Recordings just got better.
I like.
Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that local.
I don't care about the square.
I like want to know her name just so I can like reach out to her and be like, "Hey, you want to hang out?" She seems like a cool ass chick.
Yeah. I don't know, just based on the way she's
She's like,
dressed.
I like my
I
Jeep.
feel she'd be like, you want to go surf or you want to go like skateboard?
Yeah.
You want to go skydive?
Yeah.
That's kind of the vibe I get.
Square footage of the house. I just want it to have enough space for me and however many kids we have. If we have one kid, we can just have one bedroom for them, like an extra bedroom, so like 2-bedroom house. If I have 5 kids, then I want to have a 5-bedroom house, or a 6-bedroom house because we need a bedroom.
So I'll ask you then, how many kids do you want, like ideally?
I want 2 kids.
Okay. So
Ideally.
we'll base the house off the 2 kids. So you what would want like a 3-bedroom, right?
I would want 3-bedroom, yeah. Maybe like an office added. But I don't care about any luxury finishes or whatever. I would want it to be nice. I don't really care about like a swimming pool or anything crazy like that. It doesn't matter if we're super wealthy. I still would want to like be within our means, like,
Okay.
within our needs.
Okay. What about a car?
Yeah, so I totally misjudged her.
No, you did.
Yeah. So that was a cool
Mhm.
that was a cool take.
Realistic and
Yeah. 4-bedroom house. She doesn't care about super
practical.
nice finish. Yeah,
She's
just practical.
a practical girl.
Yeah.
Well, look at that.
My bad.
Mm-hmm.
Do you care about the car?
I do kind of care about cars. I do like luxury cars. I think they're nice and I think they're sexy. But again, I would never go above. I would never want to be struggling because we're paying a crazy car payment. It's only if we had enough money that we could afford a luxury car. And even then, like, I wouldn't want like a Lamborghini. I like BMW and Mercedes just because they look nice. But I would get like just a nice car that I could drive my kids around, and then my man can drive whatever car he wants. I would definitely like a luxury car.
Okay, so ideally you would like a luxury car. What about vacations? Like, do you want to travel internationally? Is travel important to you?
Travel is very important to me. It was ingrained into the way that I grew up. Like, I've been traveling. I've been to like 10 countries. I love traveling, so I want to keep that up.
Okay.
Job that I have or the job that my husband has is going to be some sort of income that is not based off of them working, if that makes sense. Like, I would want my husband to own a business. I would own a business and it would be able to run or function without us, and we should be able to never have to we'll always be retired, or we're never retired. Either one.
So like passive income, I guess is what that is.
Yeah, I would want to be, that is a goal, yes, just to get to passive income.
I'm gonna go with like, I feel like 21 to 2,200 square feet.
Okay, that's reasonable. How many kids do you want?
Well, I haven't had one yet, so I don't really know what that pain endurance is really gonna be like. So for right now, I'm gonna stick with 2. I'll say that, and probably about like 5 bedrooms in the house. You always have to have an extra bedroom, and then the walk-in closet has to be in my bedroom.
All right, that might be a little more than 2,000 square feet. What about a car? Do you need a luxury car? What, like, are you okay with regular car?
No, I'm not okay with a regular car. I'm not at all. I love cars. I feel like when you get into it every morning, or you're getting out of work, or you're getting out of work going to your car, it's something that you look at and you're like, damn, like, I'm happy I'm working for something good, and that makes me feel good. It makes me happy. So I enjoy having a nice car.
Okay.
I had a Mercedes that I really enjoyed. And then I've had Volkswagens, and I have one now, and I love Volkswagens. So I say those top 2 are good. Acuras are cool, but definitely Mercedes and Volkswagen. I feel like those are my top tier faves.
Okay. What about vacation? Do you want to travel internationally? How important is travel to you?
Well, let me tell you, extremely important. I would like to travel to Fiji, like, really badly. I'd love to go to Italy. I'd love to go to, Tuscany,
All right.
Greece.
Big vacays. All right.
Big vacays. They go on and on and on.
So how many kids do you want? You have one right now, correct?
Yes. So I have one child. I like to have one child. I'm enjoying this. Don't feel like I'm ready for another kid just because I still view myself as a young person, and I feel like children can be limiting in a lot of ways, especially since I am single. But if I had a partner, I think I would like to have 1 to 2 more children, so 3 altogether.
Okay.
By the time I'm 32. Like once I turn 32, I think I'm cool. Like I'm gonna be comfortable with my one child for the rest of my time. here.
Okay. So if you did have more kids, you would want them to be before you turn 32.
Yes.
Is what you're saying. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So now thinking about, okay, we'll just say maybe you want 3 kids. We'll go with that for the number. How many square feet would your house be? How many bedrooms would it be? Ideally.
If I had 3 children though, I would definitely want at least 5 bedrooms. Because if I had family members that wanted to stay over,
Mm-hmm.
I could put them in that room, and then I could have like another room for a different purpose, like an office space or, a computer room.
Right. And then what about a car? Like, are you a luxury car type of gal? Do you not care about the car?
So I'm practical with cars. I feel like I drive so much and I have a child. So my car needs to accommodate my lifestyle. However, I would definitely have like a car that I would use day to day. And then I would probably have like a more luxurious car that I would use recreationally, alone or like with my mans. So, and I wouldn't have like a modern sports car. Like my luxury car would be like an old Grand National or something like that, like pimped out.
Perfect. And then what about vacation? How important is travel to you? Like international travel? Is it something you prioritize?
Yeah, travel's actually really big to me. I like to go different places and experience different cultures and foods. I think that it's really nice to do that with my daughter as well. It kind of shows her something different than what she's used to day to day. So
Keeping all these things in mind, what you would like your ideal life to look like, what would you say, what would you want his income to be? If you're going to be a stay-at-home mom, like what kind of range would his income be?
That's tough because
What do you think they're gonna say? What do you think? Well, obviously, one of them's gonna say 650K,
Mhm,
right? Because that was like in the title. Who do you think's gonna say 650? The chick that wants the super hypercar, right?
Right. Right.
Do you think any of these girls are gonna say less than 100,000? What was the question? What is the ideal income?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah,
anyone's gonna
okay,
say
if it's like
under
ideal.
100.
Do you think anybody's gonna be like realistic with their?
What's
Because like
realistic?
the top
What's
one,
realistic?
the top 1%,
Mm-hmm.
I think in America
Mm-hmm.
make 450,000 a year.
Okay.
You make any more than that,
Okay.
like you're near, like
Right.
some of the highest earners in the country.
Okay. So you're saying sub 450
It's like
average?
you're moving more towards realistic, below
Okay.
sub 50.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know what the average income is for a male, but
I mean, I think it would just be based on their experiences and like their exposure to careers or
yeah, I mean they're all. I mean, some of them
otherwise.
are any of these
how
girls. I
can-
forgot. Are
How
any of
can
the-
you gauge?
Are any of these? Yeah, but they may not even be working.
Right.
Or
Right,
like,
how can you gauge if you're?
yeah, I don't know if they're in school. I don't remember.
I mean,
Well, they were
in my
they were
early
talking
20s,
about.
I was making $12 an hour.
Yeah.
So
So these like
yeah,
they're talking about like 5-bedroom houses.
sure.
I don't know where they live. They kind of
Sure.
sound like
But like it
Midwest.
also like seems because the experiences aren't there yet. So like I think one of the girls was like 2100 square foot house, and I thought, oh, okay.
Yeah, but
that's,
didn't
like-
she say 5 bedrooms?
But then, so there's my point.
Yeah.
And then she said 5 bedrooms. So like she doesn't even
Realize-
realize that can't real. I mean, you could.
Yeah, but it'd be
The
fucking
bedrooms wouldn't be
shoeboxes.
livable.
Well, let's see.
I'd say what most girls are going to go for, and I'd be surprised. I'd say if somebody's making $250 a year, that'd be a comfortable situation.
Yeah.
Now
That's
it also-
extremely hard, though.
But now is that also based on if I'm not working?
Yeah, I mean, they're talking about how much they want their husband to make.
Yeah.
Because this girl here, I don't remember, she had some realistic takes or some realistic opinions. So I would,
Yeah. I'd say
but
like
but I
250
think,
to 350
yeah,
if you're not going to work.
yeah, I think that's probably what they're gonna say.
Mhm.
I feel like I would have to like break down like how much it actually like costs to have kids and like travel and the house and all that, and I don't really know, but I think for me to be comfortable like staying at home and not working, like I feel like this is gonna sound bad.
If you're texting a girl you really like, but she's leaving you on red, waiting hours to reply, or ghosting,
I feel like 300,000. Like, I guess if they made less than that, I feel like we wouldn't have the lifestyle I wanted, so I would work.
Right. But you're talking ideal lifestyle. Like this is your dream life. 300K for you to be able to.
I think so.
Be a stay-at-home mom
and
not
have
to
3
worry about
kids
it.
and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, life's expensive.
I would just like to preface this as saying this is not do or die. But based on where I'm at, if he makes between anywhere from 70 to 100K.
I would have
Dang.
to say 127. Ideally, like if they're in an industry where they do have longevity and they know, like, hey, every single year I'm gonna get.
What's with the
Okay,
exact
she
number?
might be a serial killer.
No.
What the?
She's not.
127.
She
What
might-
the heck?
It's all relative.
Well, why would you come up with a number like that? That's so weird.
127. It's probably she's basing it off of what she's making, and then she probably like doubled it in her head.
To come up with 127?
It's a random number.
Watch out for this chick, fellas.
Oh
No,
my
watch out.
god. We're not gonna go there. And no, sweetie, I don't agree with him. So you're fine with saying
raise
127.
between like 3 to 5%, which just depends. Like I would be comfortable with that.
$500,000. Is that bad?
Why
I
is
know
that
that 1% of
bad?
men make $500,000, or like less than 1% of men, or something.
I'd say.
Okay, so she knows. So she knows.
Okay, she knows that less than 1% of men makes
Okay, so
500,000.
then you're gonna
Do you
strive
think?
to get that less than 1%?
Okay, I'm all for striving for whatever it
Be
is that you want.
ambitious.
Yeah, being ambitious.
Okay. Here we go. But you're not bringing anything to the table.
I'm not saying she's not bringing anything to the table, but you better be bringing a lot. You got to be bringing a lot.
She's a beautiful girl.
She's not the most beautiful girl I've ever seen in
You're
my
not
life.
gonna have right. You're looking at her, the most beautiful girl.
If
Oh,
you're
you
looking
see
for
people.
a top 1% man, you've got to be a top 1% woman, don't you think?
No,
No?
and vice versa. And vice versa.
So you think a top 1% woman will go with less than a top 1% man? What are we going to say? You're... Okay, maybe you're right.
Perhaps.
Probably 150 to $250,000 a year. That's my guess.
Okay. And you would contribute also 50-50,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
You'd be willing to do up to 50.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So keeping all of this in mind, we just painted your ideal life.
Yeah.
For the 27-year-old man, what would
It's gonna
his
work so hard.
income ideally be? Like have to
What would it
be
have to be?
to support this life?
Which is so funny because I saw this video the other day where it was saying like if your wife can spend more than you make, like you need to make more money. So it really just depends.
No, don't look at me. I'll tell you who said
But
that.
I mean, just to have like a really decent lifestyle and be supported well.
Who
so
said
it's
that stupid shit?
unfortunately no. His name escapes me, but he's very popular. He's written books. He goes around the country.
It was a man that said that?
Yes.
A man said that if your wife spends more than you make, you need to
Yeah.
make more money.
He said, "Don't be a pussy.
He said that?
Yep. I'll find it for you,
Dang.
and we can do our little post in the link so they can watch that too. But yeah,
Jesus.
and a manly man.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And yeah, I'm not going to quote it verbatim, but he said basically, don't be a pussy. Get out there and make money for your wife, for your family, for you.
That's different.
No, listen to me. If your wife outspends what you're making, don't be a pussy and get out there and make more
That's
money.
the dumbest thing I've ever heard. If your wife is outspending more
There's
than
a
you're
lot of
making,
people that
woman,
probably-
sit your ass down. Give me your credit card. Stop spending so much. And what the heck are you buying?
Stuff.
Yeah, useless stuff.
What?
That's pissing me off. That's gross. Ugh, it's pissing me off.
All right. Well, you can post the link to homie.
Well, I don't care. I don't want to. I don't even want to see
Because
his
a lot of
dumbass video.
No.
Stupid.
Because a lot of people.
That's probably not even what he said.
Okay. Do you want
You're
me to
probably
play it
like,
for you right now on my
No,
phone?
you're probably like. You probably heard something else.
Oh, and she must have heard something else too. Now we're taking it out of context. Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying? Or we're delusional? Which one is it?
Both. I'm saying you're delusional. Both you're delusional. Can I?
Go ahead, sweetie.
Well, like 150, maybe to 250,000 a
Oh.
year would be comfortable for
Now
sure.
with your
The
$1 million
marriage.
house
That'd
and
be
your $1 million
I
car.
was just having this conversation with my friend, and she was like, "You have to manifest a husband, girl. Like, you have to really think about the
Pause.
lifestyle that you want to live when it comes to
Pause.
vacations and how."
Well, I think both you and me need to eat crow because
Why?
we thought girly with the $1.5 million
Oh,
car
yeah.
and the 5,000 square foot house sitting on her 7 acres. Okay.
My bad. I forgot to do that. Forgot to eat crow.
You forgot to eat crow. Here's your
bad.
chance. Take time. Eat
That
it.
was a realistic take. Well, I don't even know if that's realistic.
I think
that's
we're
still-
gonna be surprised by who's gonna say 750.
650.
650.
It could be
so-
her. She's the last one, right?
I don't know, babe.
Oh gosh. Oh, because she's starting to talk about manifesting. No, you gotta manifest it. Gotta manifest the freaking money falling from the sky. Dumb.
How many kids you want to have?
Let's see.
And just like the lifestyle that you want to have. And I feel like ideally my husband needs to be making like 650,000. I feel like there's beauty in growth getting to that point.
Okay.
You know, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna contribute, you know,
Okay, she's
more
contributing.
than what I'm contributing now.
Yeah.
No, but ideally, I would want someone to be able to match my hustle. So
Mhm.
like if I'm making this much and I have this lifestyle, this person cannot have a lesser lifestyle than me. Otherwise, it is not gonna work out.
Yeah.
So
So you said you would want to contribute 40% max. So if
Right.
they're making 650, that would mean you would be making 400,000.
and that sounds great to me, unless I could be making more.
Okay. What do you think is
I don't think it's unfair.
Well, I'm not saying it's unfair. I'm just saying, like,
'Cause she's
realistically,
not-
I don't
Mhm.
even know. I'm curious what the numbers are. How many women in America are actually making $400,000 a year by themselves?
Sure,
Like,
I
I'm
don't
sure I've
know.
read that
I
women make
can't
less
answer
than
that
men, which is
intelligently.
wrong. But goddamn,
Right. Right.
that's
Right.
I mean,
But
she
yeah,
talked
I
about
mean,
hustle.
Right.
She better be
she's-
hustling her butt off.
I kind of agree with her. Well,
What?
he better be hustling his butt off too.
Yeah. I'm kind of like torn watching this because, like, I want people to be ambitious and strive for the best, but at the same time, there's got to be a level of practicality to some of these
No,
to
I
these
mean,
answers.
so she wants to be in the 1%. She wants her man to be in the 1%. There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm not saying that there's anything wrong. Like, ugh, stop saying like there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Of course, there's nothing wrong with that. But is she like realizing what the hell it's gonna take?
Probably not.
She's already like, All right, let me
Probably not.
stop.
She probably doesn't realize how much work it takes.
Do you realize how much work it takes?
No, and that's why
That's
I'm
why you're
not
like.
making
That's why.
400,000
That's why you're
a
like.
year.
That's why you're like. It's good. God, you belong on this couch.
I
Jeez.
The median income for age 31.
As of right now, I think it's probably like between mid 50s, maybe 60.
It's $45,000. Yeah.
Oh,
What do you think the top 25% of men are making at 31?
I think it's probably in my range of like that mid, like maybe like 57,
70.
70. Oh, okay.
Top 10% of men
I'd say
at
90.
31.
90.
111, you're close. Okay. And then what about the top 1% of men?
Ooh, I would say 120.
252.
Wow. Okay, that
Top
jumps
1%.
pretty high.
So you're asking 127 is
Mhm.
closest to the top 10% of men. So I would say it's probably top 5% at 31 if I had to guess. So only the top 5% of men at 31 are making $127,000.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
But it's kind of crazy because over 70% of men never make 100,000 even one time in their life. 70% of men. So that means only 30% of men are, well, actually 23 last year in 2021, only 23.4% of the male workforce made $100,000. And that's factoring in all ages, not just, guys under 32 or whatever it is. You assume most of them are a little bit older.
Right, are making, oh my gosh.
I don't know, maybe 80.
It's actually 41,000.
You're lying.
For a 27-year-old.
I just feel like everything is so expensive nowadays. Like, I guess that's fine. No worries. Cut it in half. Like I said,
41,000. That's
Shorty will bring it home.
That's the median. And then what do you think the top 25% of men at 27 make?
I guess that's it. Let's change up the perspective. Maybe 60K.
61. Yep,
Okay.
close. And then what about the top 10%?
Top 10. 75.
91. Okay, so
Okay.
you're under there. And then what do you think the top 1%ers at 27 are making?
Oof, like 200K.
Spot on.
Yeah.
203. Yep.
Yeah, awesome.
Yep. So
At
you
27.
want a 1% man at 27.
It seems like that's all we want nowadays with these 1%ers.
Median income never eclipses 65,000 regardless of age. So 70 to 100 is above the median.
Well, somebody's gonna have a sugar mama.
Not 300,000. I mean, the median, I'm going to guess like, I don't know, is it like 80?
It's $48,000 for
Okay.
32.
Okay.
Yeah, and even at
That's
the
crazy.
even at the top 35, which was the end of your range.
Yeah.
You can
Um,
see.
the median is
You
50.
can see
She's like,
her
"Holy
start trying to
shit,
figure out
holy
her
shit.
plan.
My shit's looking pretty bleak right now. I gotta alter my plan a little bit. And
She's like,
there you have it.
No.
Oh my god, reality check.
Yeah. I'm glad that they're doing this part.
That's cool. That's
like
cool.
actually
Yeah, I like that.
letting people know what's
2-2
what's the
to the
reality out
host.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's
Government
it. We
host.
all have perceptions. We all have goals, and then we get hit with the reality of it. And then and so
Yeah. Like I said, I'm okay with ambition, but
But
you
homie
need.
over here, she's like,
Yeah, she's like calculating in her head. Oh no.
Oh shit.
$2,776.
So my expectations are not realistic.
So you said you want 500K, but what do you
This
think
girl.
the median income is for a 30-year-old?
60K, 70K, 50K.
It is $45,000.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, that's the median. Now, what would you guess if you had to the top 25% of men or people at age 30?
Well, if that's the medium, then the top 25, like 60?
73. And then what about the top 10% of men?
100?
Close, 108. What about the top 1%? Top 1% of men at 30.
Well, I thought it was 500,000, but you said no, so 400,000.
338. Yeah, so let's see.
I mean, 338 is still okay.
For a 32-year-old, what do you think the median income is for this age specifically?
For a 42-year-old?
32-year-old.
32-year-old.
The age that you chose.
I'm going to go with probably like $85K a year.
$48,000. The top 25% of men, guess how much that is at 32?
Wait, say that once more.
The top 25% at 32 years old.
I don't know. Now I mean,
I don't think any of these girls work. They must not work. Because they have no clue.
No, I think these numbers are just
Yeah, but they're
crazy.
They're being shocked by like, what? Median's only like 42,000?
I'm shocked. And I work.
You really?
Yeah. I didn't think this shit was that bleak. Thank God I don't have to go searching for a man now. Holy
I'm
hell.
saying, it's hard out there. Ain't easy.
Hey, aren't you lucky, bro? Aren't you lucky?
Why am I lucky?
Oh, you can't pull a woman like me in.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Police.
Police.
Oh my God. We're both lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We'll talk more about that later.
I'm even nervous to answer the question. I guess like maybe 125.
77.
Eek.
Top 10% is 120. And the 1%ers at 32. 1%. This is men and women.
You gotta pause it on this.
1%.
She looks so depressed.
No, I think they're all just calculating and
Like,
like they're
I gotta. How am I gonna get myself to that 1%?
That's crazy. Like, this is like the first time we've had that.
And then even the 1% isn't even meeting my goals, so then I'm gonna have to supplement. That's what you're thinking, bro. Get that right.
1%.
Right.
Of 1%.
How do I need to get there? Yeah.
At 32, 320,000.
I think it's 250,000.
It's 52,000.
What? No, it's not. Damn,
52,000.
America.
And then guess how much the top 25% is at 35? These are the top 25% of earners.
It's 50,000 is the average income of a 37-year-old man.
And then what's the top 25% of a 37-year-old? If you had to guess.
The top 25% of a 37-year-old man? Dang, maybe it's 200,000.
No.
86.
What? No, it's not.
The top 10% is 137,000. The top 1% of earners at 37 years old, top 1%ers.
Right, right.
Like we're talking 1%, 304,000. Still not 650. Do you think that your standards are unrealistic? Do you think it's realistic? Like, what do you think after hearing the median and the statistics around it? Like, what are your initial thoughts?
It definitely is shocking because a 37-year-old man is a lot older than me. And that means that I don't even know how to process this right now.
And the median income never eclipses 65,000 regardless of the age.
Wow.
So, yeah, the median income for even a 75-year-old, 16 to 75, never eclipses 65,000. And then over 70% of men never make 100K even once in their lifetime. Over 70%. In 2021, only 23.4% of the male workforce made 100,000, and that's all ages. So you have to assume a lot of them are older, above 40, 50, 60s. What do you think makes women feel like they want that? Like, what is causing women to want the 1%ers?
I think a lot of it is like social media hype and just this grand idea of what's obtainable nowadays, which it totally is, but you have to work for it. And that's why it's 1% and not everybody's doing it. So it's not bad to want that, but you have to surround yourself with those types of people. So honestly, for a long time, you're probably going to be in the 25%, but that's how you strive and you get better and you meet the right people. So I think they want it because it seems so obtainable based on social media.
Do you think a lot of people just don't know the statistics around it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I was a little shocked when, obviously the 1% is going to be that higher income, but what was the beginning? Like
The median
41?
is 41.
Yeah, that was shocking to me, to be honest with you. But I mean, it makes sense.
I'll tell you some other ones that are crazy too. So the median income never eclipses $65,000 regardless of the age.
What?
In 2021 alone, only 23.4% of the male workforce made 100K, and that's all ages. So you have to assume a lot of them are older too. Like
Right.
hardly any of them would be 27.
Right. Wow.
And there's actually only one age from 16 to 75 where the top 10% of men make
I don't-
200K. If you had to guess.
I don't really like, or I hope nobody gets afraid. Let me see how I should word this. So try to give an example. I don't want to give the exact field that I work in, but when you're looking at like my field, the medium income is way less than what I make. So
Okay.
like, I guess what I'm trying to say is
Mm-hmm.
just because like the medium income for men is like 50,000 doesn't mean that your chances are like so much, like you have no chance of getting with anybody that makes more than the median
Sure.
income.
Sure.
So I hope nobody gets that kind of.
No, I don't think
women don't
so.
get
It's
worried
just,
about
I
this.
think it was more like.
I don't want it to be pushed the other
Even-
way.
Right. Even in the 1%, it's not meeting my expectation or my standard.
Yeah.
So that then, okay, now I need to
I wish I could find
recalculate.
out like how much they make if they're working.
Why does that make a difference?
Because
to
they're
you?
so shocked. Like some like.
But I'm shocked.
But
Aren't
the
you
one,
shocked?
but I don't think that you. So the one woman that said 650,000. No, I'm not
Okay.
shocked because I've looked at those statistics
Oh,
before.
Okay.
So the
Right,
one girl that
so-
said 650, she was shocked,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that she even said that she would be okay with contributing 40%.
Mm-hmm.
So is she currently making like 200,000 or 100,000, or does she have a job? I mean, I'm curious.
I imagine
Because that would make her.
the numbers may be probably more bleak for women.
Yeah, I mean that would be like even.
So.
No, I don't know. That just would have been an interesting
Mm-hmm.
Stat to know.
But let's base it on the fact, let's say that none of them are working. And you just have these expectations and these standards, and
Yeah, there's something wrong with that then.
you think so?
There's got to be a level of reality to your expectations.
So if you're like 21, 22, 23, and you're not working, but you have an expectation that your partner is going to be making this certain kind of income.
How much? We're talking. So let's say 600.
Let's meet them in the middle. Let's say like 200,000.
Okay, I don't think that's super unrealistic.
Okay.
I think that it's like very, very hard.
Right.
That's probably, I think what she said
But I'm
statistically
thinking-
is like 1%.
Right.
But
Yeah.
600,000, 500,000, 400,000. I don't know.
But that's like one.
I guess there needs to be more information out there. Well,
Sure.
how many women are actually thinking like they can, their partner is going to be making $400,000, $500,000 a year? I don't know how much.
I think
What
we're
if there's a lot
probably
of
not
women?
realizing how unachievable it is. That's like what's depressing about these numbers is
Yeah.
that we're in a system where the numbers are so bleak.
Yeah.
So like that's the unfortunate part where you're
Mhm.
like, oh my God, he's not. It's not that he's not able to make. It's just that we're just set up in a system where their circumstances are not what you thought they were.
Yeah.
So it's not disappointing on like, hey, I'm not gonna be able to get to that 1% of men. It's more like, gosh, like you feel bad for them.
Hmm.
God, the average 27-year-old is only making $41,000.
Yeah, it's terrible. I mean, maybe it'd be a little bit better depending on where you live, but
Yeah, with your parents. Why?
I'm talking about different states.
No.
Shit.
Guess what it is? What would you say?
34.
75 years old.
What? Yeah, bringing it home. Old ballers. That's so cool.
Would you date a 75-year-old
No.
to get the money?
No.
So where do you think these guys are at that are making this much money? Like, what do you think they're doing?
To be honest, like it's probably I'm thinking like as someone that's in like the STEM world, they're probably in either STEM, entrepreneurship, or they are in the entertainment industry and they are the lucky few, I would think. Or they're maybe doing trades.
Okay, and what industry are you in? You're in STEM?
Yeah, I'm in STEM.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Oh, whoa. That's impressive. So do you meet a lot of men who make this much money? Like, do most of the men you interact with meet these requirements?
Yes, if they're older, if they're outside my age range, yes.
Where do you think these guys are at that are making this much money?
They're honestly probably just not around because they have more going for themselves and just like going out and like partying around. They're probably like strictly businessmen, you know? So I don't know. It's Starbucks at 7 a.m. in the morning. That'd be my guess at their business office.
So you said 150 to 250 would be kind of ideal. Over 70% of men never make 100K even once in their lifetime. So last year, in 2021, only 23.4% of the male workforce made 100K. And this is like all ages, 16 to 75, like all working people. Yeah, and the majority of them, like you have to assume they're older because it's factoring in all ages. And then only one age, from 16 to 75, at the top 10% are making 200K. If you had to guess, pick, which age do you think this is?
39.
75 years old.
Hell no. I don't want a raisin. I don't want a Hugh Hefner. Trust me. I'd rather just be single. Thank you.
Have you ever met any men that make that much money that are in the age that you're looking for?
Yeah, multiple.
And where do you typically meet them? Like online or on trips?
One I met traveling, one on a dating app, and one or two in person, like out, like going out with my friends. But there are people that do make that are younger. It's just not like the median, right?
Right.
Is that what you're saying?
So over 70% of men never make 100K in their lifetime. But last year, 23.4% of the male workforce made 100K. So that was in 2021.
Okay.
So 23.4%. Majority of those are probably older, but there probably is a small percentage that make, over 100K. But I mean, you said 300K, so that's not even anywhere close. But the median income for people never eclipses 65K regardless of age.
That's insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess there is like a wide range. So
would you marry a guy who made less money than you?
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, because at the end of the day, like you can't, like that isn't necessarily what makes me like attracted to a person. And just because somebody makes X amount of dollars, like you can't force yourself, at least I can't, to like someone for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
So like if whoever I fall in love with or like want to be with doesn't make that, then it is what it is.
Mm-hmm. So you'd be willing to make changes and compromises to your ideal scenario based off of hearing these statistics.
Yeah, because being in your ideal scenario but with the wrong person is gonna be miserable. So
right,
definitely.
Like if the only way you could have that is if the guy's 75 years old, like you're not choosing
no.
It depends. That depends because if I'm making enough money that I can sustain the family and still be a housewife, I guess. Like I'm making enough passive income or enough, like I can take time off enough with my job, then I'm okay with my husband not making as much, but
only if you were, say, at making 500K yourself.
Yeah. If I was making 500K, then I can make that exception, but I don't think that I could marry somebody that makes less than me.
If the amount that I was making was different, then I think, okay, so the higher the amount of money that I would make, would determine like if I would be willing to marry someone that makes less than me. At the end of the day, I would stay true to who I am, and if this was a person that I really ideally liked and they were just making 50,000 and they were loyal, I would be with that person for sure.
Yeah, but as long as he doesn't have more debt than me, that's fine. Like that's just like where we're talking about like if you're getting married to somebody, like their baggage is your baggage. So you could make less money than me, that's fine, but don't bring more debt than me. You know, that's where it's like I'm not going to pay your bills that way.
What is it do you think that these men want specifically in a woman? Like what would make a guy like pick you or want to be with you if they're making this much money? Like what are they looking for?
A wallflower, someone they can come home to, and they're making dinner and they're draped in lingerie, and just unrealistic wife, I guess. Someone who takes the kids to school every day, someone who doesn't complain, and yeah, I'm basically not that, is what I'm trying to say. So, folks, I'm screwed for that.
Wow.
Hey.
And what do you think those guys want? Like the top 1% men, what are they looking for in women?
I mean, I hope it's just honesty and like loyalness because that's the most hard, I guess, like personality trait to find nowadays. And it's, I think, what should be the most important. So I hope that's what they're looking for. Honestly, though, it's probably fake ass and big titties, which is cool. I turn my head too, but it's just, I don't think they're as realistic as they should be. I mean, they say the same about us.
So you think men are unrealistic about maybe what they're looking for too?
Or they're not as well, not that they're unrealistic, but that there's such a painted picture of like what this woman should look like based on all these women on social media with Facetune and Photoshop and
Mhm.
this, that, and the other, that it goes both ways.
But do you think since they're like the top 1% of men, they feel like they can be more
A
picky
little,
about
yeah,
that kind of stuff?
100% that they can be a little bit more choosy. I mean, I think core values should always be present. You should always have standards for that. But if it's like aesthetics and looks, those 1%ers probably feel, you know, they don't have to talk to you if they don't want to.
And do you think women have unrealistic expectations too about men?
Yeah, absolutely.
Specifically, like in the money category that we're talking about.
Yes,
Like,
I mean,
I just asked you to paint, a picture, and it's like a $3 million nest egg
Yeah.
with a car. So, like,
So
what are
nice.
your thoughts after hearing the statistics? Like, does that still seem realistic to you, or do you think it's maybe a little?
I mean, it seems realistic to myself because I know what I'm gonna get, and I really don't need the support of a guy like that. Like I'm looking for another pilot. You know what I mean? I don't need a co-pilot. So it just depends on the type of person that you surround yourself with. So I think anything could be realistic. You just have to work for it.
What are these guys looking for in women? Like, what do you think they want in a woman?
So that's why I feel this is the catch with dating someone that's making a significant amount of money, even though they can provide the lifestyle that I, in a perfect world, ideally would love to have. This is a person that has access to so many more things than the average person has. So I might not be enough for this person's curiosities, and that would make me very insecure in a relationship. It would make me, if I was making significantly less than a partner, it would make me feel insecure, like I wasn't on the same level as them. And not that I'm trying to like be the, super equal with my partner, because I can be submissive in some areas. I feel like that would just, I couldn't maintain a relationship with a person.
Like, you would think maybe that they were looking elsewhere.
I think that men that make this much money just want a woman that's really easygoing, really laid back, probably doesn't have much of an opinion that's different from their own. I'll never be that woman. I'll always argue, a difference of opinions because it's fun to me. So, I feel like they want a woman that they can be very what is the word, like dominant over, like they're gonna be calling the shots. These are all negative things.
Would you be willing to make any changes or compromises to the things that you want based off of hearing the statistics, like the house, how many kids, cars, vacations, living in your nice neighborhood? Like, what compromises would you make? Or would you not be willing to make any compromises and this is just the life that you want? End all be all.
I just think at this stage in my life, because I'm 24 and I've dated a few guys, and that's still a goal of mine. Maybe if I was like 30 and my fertility clock was ticking and I needed to make some compromises to kind of like settle down with somebody, then I would probably be able to do that. But as of right now, that is still a goal of mine, and I think that it's achievable. Because I think that you can live that life with $300,000. Probably not $100,000, but $300,000 probably.
It's very different when you're expecting someone else to do it for you versus like, I'm going to do it myself.
Right.
And then, whoever I'm with will hopefully have a similar mindset and be able to like work towards it with me, and we can
Right.
kind of tackle it together.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, it's like if you have 20K and I have 20K, like we could get so much more done as opposed to myself or
Right.
yourself or me just demanding that you have that. It would never work
mhm.
for me.
Yeah, no, I'm not too fixated on the salary. I still want to be comfortable and hopefully have some of the things that I wasn't able to have, go on trips and have kids and have them well taken care of. So whatever that means. It's a cliche saying, but like
I feel like she'll probably end up being probably like the happiest throughout
This
her
chick
life.
here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully
Super,
she'll find somebody that,
I think she will.
you
She
know,
also seems like somebody that's not going to compromise with somebody that's going to like mistreat her. So.
I don't know. Unfortunately, I think she might be the kind of girl that,
Oh, really? So that's not my take.
yeah, that might.
I think she's
be with
pretty like cool
some-
and realistic in a way where she's gonna be like, "Nah, bro, you're not."
I
Gonna
think
talk
she's
to me
cool
like
and
that."
realistic, or just kind of chill, and will like
Mhm.
somebody treats her bad, then she'll be
Mhm.
like,
Also,
"Oh,
the
well,
other
it's
girl
not that bad."
originally that wanted the $1.5 million car.
Yeah.
I feel like we kind of judged the book by its cover a little bit there, because she wants equal. Like she wants.
oh yeah, she doesn't want to like.
That
be
kind
a
of like
scout.
resonated with me when she said she wanted a pilot and not a co-pilot.
Sure.
So she's definitely
She wants to work her ass off too.
she wants to work her ass off, and she wants somebody to do the same. And then she's obviously very clearly like saying, "I need to be financially independent."
Sure. Yeah, and there's
So-
nothing wrong with
Yeah.
with
So
that.
yeah, if you want your $1.5 million car, then go.
I'm
get
just
it.
curious if she's like, well, I'm not going to be able to figure out how to make $500,000, but I need you to figure it out.
No, I don't.
If you want me, you've got to figure it out.
I think it was really clear what you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, they're kind of answering or touching on what you're like. Oh well, she better be bringing so much to the table if they want this 1%. And like, I don't know. I think there's like I think they're all kind of right. Like, what is it that the 1% wants?
Mhm.
You want somebody to sit there, look pretty, not really speak, not have an opinion, be a little subservient.
I
Like,
would
what do
think
you-
probably.
Probably.
Yeah, because in order to make that much money, you're probably going to be having to deal with a lot of fucking stress and pressure at work. You don't want to
want
come
that.
home and
Yeah.
have to deal with more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I also feel like men's expectations are slightly maybe entitled when you're in that 1%.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Maybe,
I'm in the 1%, I'm making this is what I deserve,
Right.
sort of thing. And that
You
to
think
me
it's
is-
warranted?
Yes and no.
A certain level of it, I'm
Yes and no.
assuming.
Yeah.
Like, listen, I'm killing myself at work
And,
to make this
right,
much
and
money
it can
so
go
you can
both
buy.
ways. It can be vice versa. Like, I'm killing myself. I need you to be a little bit more supportive and keep your mouth shut.
Dang, when you say it like that, there's no way. that I would be able to do that.
No way at all.
I don't think you would be able to do it either.
Hell no.
Yeah.
But some are okay with it, maybe.
Mhm.
Like my best friend growing up, she came from a family of 8, also a blended family like mine, and her mom always said, you always make things work. So I'm like actually not even worried about it, because I think if you just think that I'm gonna make it work, we're gonna make it work.
And overall, just to round out this video, would you say that you're surprised by the statistics I showed you, like the median income of the 31-year-old only being, let me look really quick, $45,000?
Oh yeah, I'm shocked. But then again, like I understand it now that I think back of like different conversations I've had with people, different dates that I've went on. I'm like, that does make a lot of sense. But at the same time, it's also kind of nerve wracking, because if I'm thinking like, back in the day, like if you would have thought like in high school, like, hey, once I'm 30, everyone thought like, oh, at least for girls, like we're going to be married, we're going to have kids, we're going to be living in this big house. And that's not even like the standard of living currently, or even like the average. So yeah, like that's insane to think about.
Yeah, it's crazy when you have an idea of what you want, but you don't really know what it is you're asking for.
Yeah, you don't know the true value of things until like you're currently experiencing it.
I think just surprised, honestly, because I wouldn't have guessed that. So it's good to know what is more realistic.
I'm definitely shocked, to say the least, especially for me picking 27. I wonder if maybe I would have picked a little bit of an older age, but it just wasn't ideal for where they would be at. But you said people don't even eclipse over 61,000 or 65,000 over their life. That's just like,
for the median, yeah.
yeah, for the
That's
average of
crazy.
people, it's interesting.
That
So I mean,
sucks.
I guess it
Yeah.
really just depends on what you do for a living. It was a huge takeaway for me. I would have never guessed that number.
Because even if you go to 30, it's 45,000. 35, 52,000.
Wow.
And when you're a woman who's making, a good amount yourself, it's like you don't even think about a man making less than you. I think
Yeah.
is the mindset that a lot of women have.
I don't know, for myself, because I at a young age just figured out like the type of people to be around and how to invest and turn more money into money and things of that nature. So to know that a lot of people work really hard and never get there is like sad, I guess. Because I don't care if my man makes less money than me. Like, bitch, I'll pay for the trip to Bora Bora, but like, just be cool. So yeah, that's interesting to know that. Do you feel like a lot of women nowadays are like, I demand this? Like,
Yeah, I do, and I think a lot of it has to do with social media.
yeah, me too.
Just really painting an unrealistic picture of what we should be looking for in a partner. And also just like, if a guy's 25 years old, he's not going to be making $250K.
You know?
Like it takes a long time to make money.
100%.
And I think people who don't grind and work themselves, or come
All
from a
the time.
background where they had to like really work for money or understand the value of a dollar, they don't understand how hard you have to work to make money.
Sure.
And some people, they work their butt off and they never make that much money.
I'm gonna have to accept a man that makes $60,000. And honestly, from what I'm hearing, it sounds like they'd be a lot better.
Well, that's not true. She doesn't have to accept a man that's making $60,000.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. I was a little worried that
Okay.
he's finding out
Right,
these
because
stats.
now like
you're
your
gonna get
standards start to get a little
a little too low.
right.
So I mean, it's fine if you find somebody you love that's
Right.
making 60K.
But I mean, with
but
the
that-
whole social media aspect of it, absolutely, especially when you have like very accomplished like speakers or something like that, where they're like grind and work hard and you can achieve it, and their demographic, their followers are roughly men in their 20s,
Mhm.
early 20s. And so now there's like this almost like this high expectation that you could be making what they're making and you're only like 20 something. So yeah, I think there's a lot of pressure, and I think that only comes from social media.
Yeah.
And also like for instance, just like something so small as sharing your Christmas decorations and then like showing your house. And these homes are massive, right? And like you see massive home after massive home on TikTok. And it's like, what happened to the average home? Like,
Yeah, nobody wants to see the average home. I guess that's why.
Nobody wants to see it, right? But like, there's
It's
now
warping
like,
people's
but now you
perception.
question like, oh my God, what have I done wrong? And
Yeah.
how are all these people in these massive homes? And so yeah, so again, your social media aspect of it, I think she nailed it on the head there. I like this chick a lot, by the way. I like all of them. I think they're
all
super cool. Yeah.
Better for one, but for two, a man that's gonna come home and not cheat on me.
Right.
So were you shocked by the median income of a 32?
Yeah, that's just insane.
My conclusion is that these questions that you asked me are very important factors in, having a relationship with someone and having a happy, comfortable marriage, having realistic expectations in your life and with a partner, or being in a situation where you're settling, with a partner. It just brings up all those different things. I guess my takeaway from this is that I probably should be studying, different jobs that these men can have because I need to change. Maybe if I really want to find my ideal husband, I need to change, what rooms I'm showing up in.
All right, guys, that is all I have for this video. If you liked it or found it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my.
So yeah, I didn't love that answer. Like instead of hers, I straight up just thought that she was gonna say, what was it that she just said? That not that she was going to change the rooms that she was finding herself in, but I thought she was going to say that she was going to change her career goals or her education level to then be around people that are like-minded or making the same kind of income. So then therefore she could find her ideal man.
Right. Hopefully that's what she meant.
No, she's saying about just walking into a room.
Just surrounding herself.
Yeah.
I guess not leveling up herself.
Not
so
right.
that she can be around people that are now at her new higher level.
Right. You need to level up yourself.
She's going to stay the same, but try to get into a higher level room. I don't know if that's what she meant.
No, she said it. That's exactly what she meant.
This was a good video.
Yeah.
It was interesting and insightful, hopefully, for you.
And for you.
I guess, and for me. I mean, thank God we don't have to deal with that. Like looking for a partner.
Lucky.
Jesus Christ.
I know.
All right. That's the end of this one.